Hello, my name is Paul Park. I'm from Bubble Language School, and I'm here to tell you my story. Everything starts with my dad. My dad was 13 years old. He got hit with a piece of shrapnel, and he was laying in a pool of his own blood in Korea. And it was that he was starting to bleed out. A U.S. Marine actually came and ended up saving him. He patched him up that day. And I think he was about 13 years old. So that's the beginning of my life story. The funny thing about this though is that it doesn't include just my life. It includes my dad's and my kids and everyone else. The next part there is that he ended up going to Seoul and he was about 13 years old. The city of Seoul is this beautiful place in Korea with all of these tall buildings with so much life happening and all of these people walking about and doing their thing. And my dad was here and he was in a place called Mapo and he was growing up on the US base. And from 13 to 18, I think that he was this Korean kid that had no family growing up on this US base, just causing hell probably, right? Eating well. In the end, he started moving forward in life, and I think he started figuring out what this whole world was about. As a result, everything was good for a bit, maybe 5 years or so. And then after that, this US Marine from before, he had a heart attack or something, and then he died. But this guy, he had a friend, and he was living in the US, and he came to visit Seoul every few years. After that, the first time, he wanted to check on my dad, and my dad said no, right? I will stay in Korea. Life is good. The second time, he had just met my mom. And the interesting thing about my mom's family, they didn't like my dad's family because he came from nothing and his family registry was only one page. Because in Korea, your family registry is all of the names of the people in your family. And so his was one page because he was from North Korea, having been saved by the US Marine, and then it was gone from there. It was where the other US Marine was gone, and my mom's family did not like him at all. The third time the friend came and asked my dad here, he said, okay, well, do you want to come to America? And my mom was already pregnant with my oldest brother. And so my dad said yes. And so that is how I came to be born in Los Angeles, California, as the third son of a North Korean war refugee, and my mother, the daughter of some family who was definitely too wealthy or too closely guarded for me to ever get into contact with. And that's how I came to be here and from America. And the funny thing is that this photo right here is my dad and my mom on the bridge over the River Kwai in Thailand. And I'm in Thailand right now. I think one thing that's really important about my history and past here is I see all the people I help in my life, every action, every good deed, every program I build, everything I write as just simply bonus. It's a fun way to look at life.